Today is a very auspicious day, Disappearance Day of one of prominent disciples of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, Srila Bhakti Srirup Siddhanti Goswami Maharaj. So Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj wrote an article just after his disappearance. He knew him very well, he's his god brother, so I want to read from him. The Prabhupada, means Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, had a strong desire to print and preach the word-for-word meaning and via Bangla translation and the Gauriya Bhasya, means commentary according to Gauriya line of thought of the Govinda Bhasya by Srila Baladev Bhushan Prabhu, and those of Isha, Kena, Katha, Prashna, Mundaka, Mandukya, Taittiriya, Aitareya, Chandogya, Brihat Aranyaka, Shveta Shvatar, and Gopal Tapani, Shruti Upanishads. These are the principal ones. There are many Upanishads, 108 prominent, and there are more also, but these are 10 principal along with Gopal Tapani Upanishad, and Vedanta Sutra is also written by Vyasadeva, and Govinda Bhasya is commentary made by Baladev Bhushan. You have heard about this. So Prabhupada had a desire that this should be translated into Bengali language. So this is not meant for all necessity, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said one has to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. In Bhagavatam everything is there. It is the complete meaning of all Upanishads, or Vedanta Sutra commentary, everything. But because Mayavadis, they misinterpret those Upanishads and Vedanta Sutra, and that was very prominent in India, and they are giving more importance to Shruti, that is directly Vedas, not Puranas and Mahabharata like this. They give more importance to this, and Shankaracharya made that commentary to look like that is as if Upanishads are speaking about absolute monism. So all Vaishnava Acharyas, they interpreted this principle Upanishads and Vedanta Sutra. Also this Gauriya is there. This is to fight against Mayavad, to rescue the sincere souls from the clutches of Mayavad, or that misleading of Mayavad. That also was translated and commented. Otherwise Bhagavatam is enough. So it is not necessary that all will read, but those who are preachers and who have such service, they have to know this in order to rescue people from Mayavad. So Prabhupada had desire that this should be published. So Pujapad Siddhanti Maharaj took the vow to fulfill the desire of Param Pujapad Srila Prabhupada, and have done a great service to the entire Gauriya community by fulfilling it. By that he has attracted Srila Prabhupada's blessings in abundance. Pujapad Maharaj appeared on Kartik Shukla Panchami, 22nd October 1906 in Barishala district of East Bengal, current Bangladesh, in a family devoted to the service of the Lord. In 1924, around the month of December-January, he came to Kolkata and to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. He got Mahamantra and Mantra Diksha from Srila Prabhupada on the auspicious occasion of Gaur Purnima in the month of March 1924. So first he heard Harikatha from Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Gosai Maharaj in Bangladesh, and was attracted and he wanted to take initiation from him. But Bharati Maharaj took him to Srila Prabhupada in Calcutta, and from him he got initiation. Because of his attraction for Lord Krishna, he came to join the Math at a very early age when he was a student. But at that time, his Guru Varga advised him to go back home and complete his studies. Accepting the order of Guru Varga, means superiors, he went back to his house and continued his studies. Immediately after completing his studies, he came back to Math in 1334. That is Bengali calendar, means 1927, if I calculate by the upper. Yes. In the month of Falgun, no, sorry, Bengali, yes, 1927, yes. In the month of Falgun, February 1928, and got fully engaged in the service of his Gurudev. His Gurudev and other devotees became extremely pleased on seeing his sincere service efforts. Because of his Gurudev's satisfaction for his service efforts, he got the following 3 titles as Gaur Ashirbat, means blessing of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on behalf of the Navadip Dham Pracharini Sabha. In 1932, he got title Upadeshak, that means instructor. And in next year, 1933, he got title Mahopadeshak, means great instructor. And in 1935, 2 years later, he got Vidyavagish, means one who is very expert in speaking knowledge, Vidyavagish. His brahmachari name was Sri Siddha Swarup Brahmachari. He used to go for preaching along with senior and proficient Tridandi sannyasis like Srimad Bhakti Pradeep Tirtha Maharaj, Srimad Bhakti Vivek Bharati Maharaj, Srimad Bhakti Rakakshidhar Maharaj, and Srila Bhakti Hridoy Bon Maharaj to different places of Bengal, Bihar, Utkal, that is Orissa, Madras, Andhra Pradesh, and Western India. He also has done many preaching activities along with Nitya Lila Param Puja Patridandi Sami Srimad Bhakti Daita Madhav Gosai Maharaj. Subsequently, by the grace of Hari Guru and Vaishnav, he emerged as a proficient speaker. Because of his speaking the doctrines of the scriptures fearlessly and proficiently, many sincere seekers of actual truth became strongly attracted to him. Some of the ill-minded persons who could not accept the pure devotion doctrines, feeling their ideology being attacked by Srila Maharaja's strong words, tried to jeopardize his preaching activities in many ways. Despite such opposition and repugnance, he never took a back step on preaching the gospel of pure devotion. This attracted Srila Prabhupada's abundant grace on him. Because one who knows the truth, why he will not speak the truth? Even if so much opposition coming with untruth, then he will never change. Why he will change? Because he already knows what is the truth. In 1941, Pujyapat Siddha Swarup Brahmachari accepted Tridanda Sannyas from one of our god brothers, and was given the name Tridandi Sami Srimat Bhakti Srirup Siddhanti Maharaj. Other than Kolkata's Saraswata Ashram and Mission, this is very close to our mat in Kolkata. Few streets away, once in Nagar Sankirtan we passed that on Hazra Road. He has two mats. So besides this one in Calcutta, another two, one at Sridham Navadip and the other is at Sri Kshetra Puri. In all the three mats, Sri Sri Guru Gaurango Radha Govinda Jiu is being worshipped, and on the walls of the mat, attractive work depicting the pastimes of Lord Gaurango, Sri Krishna and Sri Ramachandra has been done. This presentation invokes the remembrance of those particular pastimes in the hearts of sincere devotees. Pujapat Maharaj on last 4th October 1985, Friday, Krishna Shashti Titi at night, 1:10 a.m. at his Shri Saraswat Gauriya Asana and Mission, Kolkata, 29B Hazra Road, while remembering the lotus feet of Shri Shri Guru Gaurango, Gandharbika Giridhari Jiu, amidst the Nama Sankirtan, by separation grief stricken Mat Sevaks, took the absolute shelter of Ashok Abhay Amrita Adhar, lotus feet of his worshipable object. Means he disappeared from this world and took absolute shelter of Ashok, means the lotus feet of Supreme Lord are Ashok Abhay Amrita Adhar. They are, when one gets connection with the lotus feet of Supreme Lord, then there is no more lamentation, there is no more fear, and there is no more death. That is a nectar of immortality and also nectar highest type of bliss. My God brothers, means Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj is saying, my God brothers are making their divine journey towards the lotus feet of Nitya-lila Pravishta, Srila Gurudev, that is Prabhupada, and attaining their eternal service one by one. Each one of them possessed unique divine qualities. There is no replacement for any one of them. The Gauriya Vaishnava world has become bereft of the shining gems. Our Pujapat Siddhanti Maharaj was one of the shining gems on the earth. Today, not having his darshan fills the heart with intense separation grief. Dukkha mode kon dukkha hoy guru tara. Krishna bhakta viraha bina dukkha nahi deki para. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, of all kinds of distress, what is the most painful? Sri Ramananda Rai replied, apart from separation from the devotee of Krishna, I know of no unbearable unhappiness. Our Gurudev also told he met him many times, and he also, our Gurudev told that this was his great service. We are all indebted to him that he translated these Upanishads and also Vedanta Sutra with the Gauriya commentary by Baladev Vidyabhushan, and preaching everywhere and rescuing so many fallen souls. And our Gurudev also remembered that when he was in their mat, then after Arati, when one devotee will give Jayadvani, then everyone would very loudly speak Jai. When he will say, others will respond, saying Jai very loudly. our Gurudev said, I did not see like that. In other mats, sometimes they are not very attentive to this Jayadvani like this. But here, everyone was very loudly chanting. Then, and everyone. Then he asked one devotee, it's very nice that you are all responding very loudly to Jayadvani. I did not see like that in other places. Then that devotee said, yes, our Gurudev gave this as a strict rule. Everyone has to say Jai as a response. Otherwise, on that day, if someone will not say Jai, on that day he will not get prasad. That was the rule in Dharma. That is why everyone, and very loudly, they were saying Jai. Gurudev explained, because out of affection, Srila Siddhanti Goswami Maharaj made this rule, so that all should give importance to Jayadvani, because it is necessary. We have to pray for the grace of Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan. Without their grace, we cannot get their service. So this Jai means victory to them, their victory. And what kind of victory to them? They may conquer me. They may make me their own, like one king conquers another king, and that king becomes property of this king, and all palaces and everything belongs then. He's the proprietor. Like that, we want to be conquered by Krishna and his devotees, so that we become theirs and they will engage us in their service. So it is a kind of prayer for their mercy. So it is very important. So Siddhanti Maharaj made this. And I saw that Bengali Govinda Bhasya, Vedanta Sutra, he gave Sanskrit and Sanskrit Sutra, then Sanskrit commentary by Baladev Vidyabhushan, and then translation into Bengali, and also like Shukshmatika. Baladev Vidyabhushan wrote 2 commentaries. One is very concise. This is the one he wrote first, because there was not much time. So he wrote very concise, but then later on he wrote another commentary giving some more explanation to that. So this also Siddhanti Maharaj translated, both commentaries. And at the end, he also gave his own commentary showing how this Siddhanta, which was presented in that Vedanta Sutra topic, is also present in Chaitanya Charitamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. He gave evidences for those points. He gave those shlokas to support. Then one can see that Siddhanta of Upanishad, Vedanta Sutra, Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, all the same. So very nice, and there's a big 4 volumes. If one will read that, then clearly he can know all Siddhanta. Then I found one article by Srila Siddhanti Goswami Maharaj in February 1970 on the appearance day of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He wrote this article, and it is also included in the introduction of his Vedanta Sutra, this translation. I will read, maybe we will not be able to read whole, but it is very important, because many people, they misunderstand this point. But one who is a real follower of Prabhupada, and he realized about him, then he can speak. So the title is Reflecting on the Unique Aspects of Srila Prabhupada's Preaching and Teaching. We notice 2 prominent aspects of Srila Prabhupada's supramundane pastimes. The first is his internal or antaranga bhajan, which is comprehended only by those of his disciples whose anarthas have been eradicated. This principle is indicated in the following pastime. The damsels of Braja, means the gopis, who were afflicted with pangs of separation from Krishna, the embodiment of all nectarian rasa, met him at Kurukshetra. There, by attracting him and bringing him to their very own place, Sri Radha Kunda, they tried to arrange his meeting with Sri Radha during the midday pastimes. These pastimes take place on the pretext of performing Surja Puja, the internal, profound purpose of which cannot be understood by outsiders. This Lila we are hearing during Kartik. Radharani is Krishna advised Radharani, you should not say you want to meet me, but you say to your mother-in-law that you want to worship sun god. Then she will give permission, and on that pretext you will be able to meet me. So outwardly we see she's going for Surja Puja, but inside actually she is going to meet Krishna. So outsiders cannot understand. Like that, in regard to Prabhupada, here Siddhanti Maharaj is continuing. In the same way, many unfortunate persons like myself could not comprehend that on the surface of Srila Prabhupada's pastime of teaching about Antaranga Bhajan was another pastime, which was one of deception, means to cheat like. So here, Srila Prabhupada's desire was to teach everyone about Antaranga Bhajan, means internal bhajan, but not everyone was qualified for that. With the aim of freeing them from anarthas and qualifying them for such bhajan, he enacted the pastime of introducing many external, that is pancharatric activities, such as constructing temples, performing deity worship, making exhibitions, collecting bhiksha, that is alms, and farming in Mayapur and others. Noting only these external activities, Sahajiyas who wanted to jump into Antaranga Bhajan, that is internal bhajan in Ragamarg, without the proper qualification, kept a distance from him. They thought, if we go to Prabhupada, he will simply engage us in these external activities instead. In this way, they were deceived. But those who dedicated themselves to these external services under his guidance, eventually, by his mercy, became freed from anarthas and thus became qualified to perform Antaranga Bhajan. Even today we find such Sahajiyas. They think there is no Raganuga in Gauriya Math. That is only external Vaidhi and this. We are not interested. That is not what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give. They don't understand the actual point. That one has to be qualified for internal bhajan by these practices. That is, all Goswamis, they wrote like that. But they want to jump because they are Sahajiyas and they see only external things of Gauriya Math, so they think that is not Raganuga. You come to us, you will get Raganuga from us. There you cannot, that is not. So they are deceived. They cannot see what is the purpose of purifying your heart by these services of Krishna, so that you can become qualified, that your Siddha Deha will be revealed and you can serve Radha Krishna in Lila through that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told to Raghunath Das Goswami, don't hear any worldly talks, don't speak any worldly talks, don't dress nicely, don't eat nicely, don't be under the control of these things, and amanina manadena, always without desiring any respect and offering due respect to all, you should always chant Harinam. So first, these are the qualifications. Then he told him, and inside your heart, you always worship Radha Krishna in Vrindavan. So all these qualifications must be there. Not only like they think by imagination, oh, I'm serving Radha Krishna Lila, like this, but outwardly fully impure with anarthas and all these things. Quarreling, lust, everything is there, and they think we can do Raganuga. First, you have to get the qualifications. So Prabhupada made this arrangement for us to purify ourselves through these external services, to purify our heart, that naturally we can enter into that. So these Sahajas, they misunderstood Prabhupada. Also, by his Harikatha, Srila Prabhupada mostly refuted impersonalism and Sahajaism, but this alone was not his real purpose. One who exclusively considers these external activities to be his real preaching is deceived. Srila Prabhupada himself said that he has not come to this world to cut the jungles of misconceptions, but he had to plow the land of the hearts of the people so that the seed of pure devotion could be planted and watered and thus grow there without hindrance. But that is not purpose. Purpose is to bring you to that pure devotion in Ragamar. Among Srila Prabhupada's instructions we find, our supreme engagement is to serve the Brajavasis who are distraught in separation from Krishna after he has gone to Mathura. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita describes the mood manifested by Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who nourished Vipralambarasa upon seeing Jagannath. At that time, he was absorbed in the bhava of Sri Radha, in her pastimes of transcendental madness, born of separation from Krishna. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took darshan of Lord Jagannath, he would think, I have been able to meet with Krishna at Kurukshetra. When he danced before the chariot during Ratha Yatra, he would simply sing this stanza. I have attained that very Lord of my life, for whom I was burning in the fire of Cupid. He would sing this song and dance during the second part of the day, imbued with the ecstatic mood. I am taking Krishna back to Braja. That is from Kurukshetra to Vrindavan. In this way, while dancing, he would recite one verse, the meaning of which no one could understand. You know that here, that verse is given from Chaitanya Charitamrita. In his Anubhasya, means commentary of these verses, Srila Prabhupada writes, absorbed in the bhava of Srimati Radharani and adorned with the mood of experiencing an extremely long separation from Krishna, who has gone to Mathura, Sri Mahaprabhu has made it known that the cultivation of Vipralambarasa, a mood of separation from Krishna, which constantly nourishes Sambhoga, that is meeting with Krishna, is the only sadhana of the jiva. The 82nd chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam's 10th canto describes how the Braja Gopis residing in Gokula, who were anxious for Krishna's darshan, went to Kurukshetra on the occasion of the solar eclipse and manifested the moods of their hearts. The second occurrence of these moods was when Sri Gaura Sundar would take darshan of Jagannath, the Lord of Nilachal, during the Ratha Yatra, or also inside the temple. Mahaprabhu would feel that. In Kurukshetra, the gopis, by their very presence, removed Krishna's opulence and made an effort to bring him to Gokula so he could relish its sweetness. Similarly, Gaurahari took Krishna in the form of Jagannath Dev from the Nilachal temple, which is likened to Kurukshetra, to Gundicha or Brindavan, the place of his Parakiya Leelas. Sri Gaura Sundar, in the mood of Srimati Barshabhanabi, sang the sentiments in her heart in front of the chariot as it moved towards Brindavan, Gundicha Mandir. Those who had the fortune to witness with their own eyes Srila Prabhupada's pastimes of feeling separation, while he was on the islands of Madhyadvip and Godrundip in Sri Radha's forest, having spurti of the midday pastimes of Radhakunda, as the sun temple at Konark stimulated with him the mood of Surja Puja, and at Surja Kunda in Vrindavan, means north of Radhakunda, when he would go there at midday and exemplify absorption in the eternally perfect moods of the midday pastimes, have been exceedingly blessed. So his disciples, surrendered disciples, they could see this. Prabhupada in all these places, Madhyadip, Godrundip, and Surja Puja in Sun Temple in Konark, that is south of Puri, and also that reminded him of Surja Puja, and Surja Kund, that is north of Radhakunda. They saw him, how he was absorbed then in Siddha Bhav of the midday pastimes. They are blessed. Eternally perfect moods, the Siddha Bhav, or the noon pastimes of Radha Krishna. The second aspect of Srila Prabhupada's pastimes was his endeavor to free the jivas from their aversion to Krishna and attract them to him. The jivas have invented, are inventing, and will invent many paths on which to run towards Maya at an intense pace. And Srila Prabhupada, as the non-different form of Baladev, the original Guru, devised equally as many means to attract these jivas to perform bhajan of Sri Hari. This aspect is clearly revealed in his pastime of purifying the whole world. Our Srila Prabhupada instructed us, only by service to Sri Gaura Hari can one attain Braja. Gaura is the combined form of Radha and Krishna, and therefore taking shelter of his lotus feet is identical to serving Krishna. They are aspects of the same tattva. One need not consider superior and inferior aspects of a single substance. Gaura Sundar's compassion is supreme, and Krishna Chandra's sweetness is beyond compare. Srila Prabhupada, who is Sri Gaura's personal associate, has informed us that superior to Vaikuntha is Madhupuri, that is Sridham Navadip Mayapur. Higher than that is Srivas Angan, the Rasa Stali of Gaur Lila. Because here you see how Madhupuri means actually Mathura. There Krishna took birth. So Mayapur also is birth of Krishna in Navadip. Then higher than that is Srivas Angan, the Rasa Stali of Gaur Lila. That is Vrindavan. In Upadeshamrita, Rupa Goswami gives this. Then superior to that is Sri Chaitanya Mat, original Chaitanya Mat, which represents Govardhan. And even greater than that is Sri Radha Kunda or Brajapatan. That is, this Brajapatan is located within Sri Chaitanya Mat, where Sri Radha Kunda is situated. Rupa Goswami gave in Upadeshamrita this gradation. First, Vaikuntha, transcendental realm, superior to that is Mathura, because their Vatsalya Seva is there. Then, superior to that is Vrindavan, then superior to Vrindavan is Govardhan, highest is Radhakunda. So here Maharaj made it in Mayapur, Srivasangam, Chaitanya Mat, and at the end, those who have visited Chaitanya Mat, on top there is Radhakunda manifested. Now Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj's Samadhi is there. Also that Govardhan manifested. So nice, he explained. He has revealed to us that on the banks of Brajapatan, Sri Radhakunda, are the groves of Sri Radha's Priya Sakis. Like in Radhakunda, around there are 8 kunjas of Sakis. North side is Lalita Saki, we belong to that. Furthermore, he has informed us of the speciality of the Rupanuga conception concerning Sri Radha Govinda's midday pastimes, that is in Radhakunda. In regard to Brajamandal and Brajapatan, by defining the word Tatvana from the Talavakara Upanishad, Srila Prabhupada revealed that the 12 forests of Brajamandal represent the 12 rasas. We are saying in Jayadvani, Dvadash Bon means 12 forests. So 12 rasas, 5 primary and 7 secondary are all manifested in, means one can have with Krishna, Nandanand Krishna, not with anyone else. And the 9 forests means islands of Navadip pertain to 9 types of bhakti. And in explaining the mantra, Tatvanam iti upasitavyam, this is from this Upanishad, he has acquainted us with the worship of Kamadev. That is transcendental Cupid means Krishna. His special position as the dear associate of Sri Gaura is thus illuminated. Srila Prabhupada's name, figure, qualities, his speciality as an associate of Bhagavan, and his pastimes all reveal his position as an eternal confidante of Sri Radha. Confidante means Saki, dear Saki, friend. And there are many types of Sakis, 5 types of Sakis. So one of them are, they are called Manjaris. For example, his name, Barshabana Videita Das, his transcendental form, which fulfill the innermost desire of Srirupa, his qualities, which afford him the exclusive qualification of performing the highest service to Sri Guna Manjari, that is Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj's Siddha name, Guna Manjari, his speciality as an associate of Sri Radha in serving the grove of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's teachings, and his eternal service to Sri Kundeshwari, that is Radharani, his extremely magnanimous pastime of manifesting perpetual Hari Kirtan at Swananda Sukada Kunja, which is situated in part of the Kunda of Sri Lalita, the dearmost friend of Sri Kundeshwari. In Radha Kunda, there are 8 Saki grooves, kunjas. North side is Lalita's kunja. Kunda and also kunja. Lalita Kunda is there and also kunja. So there, Prabhupada made the pastime of doing bhajan. That is called Swananda Sukada Kunja, also Bhakti Thakur, because they are both serving under Rupa Manjari in Lila, and Rupa Manjari is chief of Manjaris of Lalita Saki. So belong to that group. And Lalita Saki is the dearmost friend of Sri Kundeshwari. Kundeshwari means Radharani, Radha Kunda, Kundeshwari. Srila Prabhupada further told us that just as according to Pancharatrika considerations, one becomes twice born after receiving Pancharatrika Diksha, that is this mantra Diksha, Araga Marga Sadhaka's realization of his eternally perfect spiritual body, that is Siddha Deha or Swarup, or when he attains Swarup Siddhi, realization of that Swarup, in Madhur Rasa, conjugal love, by the mercy of Sri Guru, is in fact his very birth from the womb of a gopi. Means when you get this mantra diksha, then you are twice born, like Dvija, Brahmin, or Vaishnava, second birth. But this, when one realizes in Ragamarg his own eternal spiritual form, that is also birth from the womb of gopi. When a person relinquishes his Purusha Abhiman, or mentality of being the enjoyer, his eternally perfect transcendental attachment to Krishna in conjugal love manifests. At that time, he becomes aware of his own transcendental nature and form, which are suitable for service, and thus he serves Krishna under the guidance of a transcendental gopi. Srila Prabhupada explained that without being born from the womb of a gopi, means this realization of your eternal Swarup, an understanding of Sri Radha's three baths, they are mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Tarunyamrita, Karunyamrita, and Lavanyamrita, does not come. You cannot understand what is the meaning of these three baths of Radharani she takes. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya-lila you can find. But practically no one can understand what is this unless he is born from the womb of a gopi, means he realized his Swarup. Srila Prabhupada has explained to us that being in the group of Sri Radha, who is Krishna's foremost servant, is unlimitedly greater than being in the party of Sri Krishna, or even being neutral. It is more favorable to the service of the master to be part of the servants group than it is to be part of the master's group. There are different kinds of gopis, so some have more affection for Radharani, some have more for Krishna, some have neutral, equal. But greatest is this, to be in the group of Radha. Srila Prabhupada informed us of the gifts of Sambandha, that is relationship, by telling us about the realm of absolute reality, which is adokshaja, or beyond direct sense perception. He further informed us of the supramundane realm, aprakrita, which exists for those whose adhikar, means qualification or level of consciousness, is even higher than that of the adokshaja realm. Adokshaja means beyond senses, and aprakrita, that is Vaikuntha. Adokshaja means Vaikuntha, but aprakrita means Vrindavan, because outwardly looks like prakrita, like material, but it is not. So that is superior to Vaikuntha or Adokshaja realm. Srila Prabhupada, the intimate associate of Sri Gaura, revealed the superiority and speciality of the aprakrita gift received in Sri Swarup Rupanuga Bhakti Vinod's line as compared with the Adokshaja gift of Sri Vishnu Swami and Sri Sridhar Swami, Sri Ramanuja, Shriman Madhvacharya, Sri Nimbarkancharya, and other previous acharyas. The gift bestowed by the previous acharyas pertains to the lower divisions of the spiritual sky. However, the gift of the higher part, the aprakrita realm, that is this Vrindavan, can be attained only by the exclusive mercy of Sri Rupa Goswami Pad and his intimate associates. Only Sri Rupa Goswami bestows the nectar of the Bhakti Rasa of Sri Gaura Sundar, who accepted the mood of Srimati Radhika, the Acharya of Ujjvala Rasa, that is topmost Rasa, that is Manjari Bhav. For this reason, our Sri Srila Prabhupada would always sing this prayer before us. Adadana strinam danter idam yache punah punah Srimat Rupa Padam Boja Dulich Sam Janma Janmani. Clasping a straw between my teeth, I repeatedly begged to become the dust of the lotus feet of Srimat Rupa Goswami, birth after birth. Srila Prabhupada has also informed us about the speciality of the gift related to Abhideya, the process to attain the goal. Some propagate the following to be Abhideyas: enjoyment and performance of fruitive acts, the cultivation of renunciation and knowledge, the performance of Ashtanga Yoga. The result of these processes, however, is merely self-deception. The jiva must engage everything of this world exclusively in the service of Bhagavan. It is not within his right to enjoy or renounce. The sole enjoyer of the entire creation is Brajendranandan. We have no right to renounce because it is not ours. Everything belongs to Krishna, so everything should be engaged in his service. The jiva's constitutional occupation is to place his very self in the guidance of the Ashraya Vigraha, that means Guru, and engage everything of this world in the service of the Vishaya, object, supreme enjoyer. That supreme enjoyer is in fact thoroughly embraced by the Ashraya, or repository of love for him, or embodiment of love for Krishna, that is Ashraya. This eternal occupation of the jiva is Abhideya or Bhakti. It is of two types, Vaidhi and Raganuga. The performance of this Abhideya Bhakti is characterized by hearing, chanting and remembering Nam or transcendental message. In relation to Vaidhi Bhakti, Srila Prabhupada always reminded us of Srila Rupa Goswami's instruction to take shelter of Yukta Vairagya, and to indicate how we should practice Raganuga Bhakti, he informed us of the words that emanated from the mouth of Sriman Mahaprabhu. Para Vyasanini Nari Vyagrapi Griha Karmasu. A woman attached to someone other than her husband performs her household duties more attentively. So it means that lady, she's having one lover. So in her house, she will do all her duties very perfectly so as to not give any suspicion. Like that, one who is actually in Raganuga, he is serving internally in Radha Krishna Lila, he will do all these Vaidhi external practices very nicely. It's not the opposite. Well, I am Raganuga, I have nothing to do with this. No fasting on Rishinga Chaturdashi, no fasting on Ekadashi, that's all Vaidi. We are Raganugas. But the point is, Mahaprabhu told in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Raga devotee will do this perfectly. Like a wife, in order to not be detected, she will do all more nicely those things. So here you can see this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction. You will find in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So immediately when you see someone neglecting or belittling or like this Vaidhi Bhakti in the name of Raganuga, then you can understand something. Sri Gaura Sundar has apprised us about the paths of Bhagavad Bhakti. Pancharatra and Bhagavata, Pancharatric and Bhagavat, and one is Vedic also. So Mahaprabhu told in his instructions to Srila Rupa Goswami. Srila Prabhupada has spiritually harmonized both of them in an unprecedented manner. To construct temples, worship Sri Vigraha, and enhance the grandeur of worship all belong to the Pancharatra path. On this path, there is always some impediment, and therefore ritualistic services cannot be performed incessantly. In the Bhagavat path, however, one can constantly hear, chant, and remember Sri Hari's name, form, qualities, associates, pastimes, and so on in Vipranambarasa. Kirtan, that is performed when many people assemble together, is called Sankirtan. That is by Jiva Goswami, he gave this definition. Bahubir militvayat kirtanam tadeva sankirtanam. And Parang Bijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, may Shri Krishna Sankirtan be ever victorious. Srila Prabhupada taught that these statements of Sri Guru and Gaurango are the Sri Gauriya Mat's very object of worship. For the gradual auspiciousness of the Jivas, he encouraged the Pancharatrika process as an aid in the worship of fire of Sankirtan Yagya. Pancharatrika means this mantra diksha, second initiation, and doing all this deity worship and all this process. But Harinam is Bhagavat Marg, and this Kirtan and Smaran is Bhagavat Marg that is uninterruptedly can be done. But of course, those who have no anarthas. That is why both processes one has to do. This Pancharatrika will assist or aid in the worship of fire of Sankirtan Yagya, will help you to better do Nama Sankirtan. This Sankirtan Yagya has 7 flames, such as Chetodarpana Marjana, which were ignited by Sri Gaura Sundar, the very embodiment of Sri Krishna Sankirtan. 7 flames means 7 results one will get. Chetodarpana Marjanam Bhava Mahadava, and that, By harmonizing Pancharatra and Bhagavata paths in an unexcelled way, Srila Prabhupada demonstrated how to perform Archan in pursuance of Kirtan. By this, he also showed how one who is a follower of the Pancharatrika path should always aim to aspire for the service and guidance of the Ashray Vigraha, means here Shri Radharani, the source of Hladini, that is Kirtan. Now only last paragraph here is about Prayojana, so better we read today than the end of this article by Srila Siddhanti Goswami Maharaj. The speciality of Srila Prabhupada's presentation of Prayojana, or the goal, is also unparalleled and without a second. Goals are of 2 types, false and genuine. the bestowal of that goal that is rooted in motives for dharma, artha, kama and moksha is full of deception. Srimad Bhagavatam and the previous Vaishnava Acharyas have explained this. Such benefaction is completely condemned by Sri Gaurasundar and his followers, the Goswamis. Means these are not the real goals of human life. Our Srila Prabhupada flew the victory flag of Bhagavad Dharma, which is free from all deception. Means it will give the real good to the jiva. Throughout every region, in both Eastern and Western countries. He did so in a yuga when enjoyment is accepted as bhakti, gratifying the senses as prema, and insignificant jiva as Narayan, the body as the Atma, the philosophy of considering and tending to the body as the self as service, like seva, duplicity or cheating as truth, selfishness as generosity, and deception of the masses as the emblem of religion. Yeah, this is, everything is happening now in this age. Furthermore, he did so in an age when the deceptive philosophy that there are as many paths as there are opinions has gained international renown, that is Vivekananda, Joto Mo Toto Po. This is what Siddhanti Maharaj spoke against in one, that Harikatha, when all others, they became against him. Because that is very appealing to masses, like many paths, many opinions, Joto Mo Toto Po. So this is deceptive philosophy, and this philosophy, Vivekananda, went international renown and made immense and extensive impact on the minds of men who are averse to devotion. Yes. So he spoke against it because it is not correct. Like everyone has opinions, so many paths, but there is only one path to Supreme Lord, that is through surrender. Through both his conduct and precepts, he has communicated that our sole object of worship is the happiness that is identical to the happiness of the Ashraya. In this context, Ashraya refers to that repository of love for Krishna whom we worship, that is Sri Radha, and also her dearmost Sakis and Manjaris, under whose guidance we perform service to him, means to Krishna. So our happiness lies, means the sole object of worship is the happiness that is identical to the happiness of Ashraya. We have to satisfy Radharani. She is serving him, and that happiness what Radharani is feeling, also her servants they are feeling. Experience of this happiness will vary according to the bhava of the Ashraya, means repository of love, like in Madhurja Rasa Radharani and different gopis in Vatsalya, Nanda Maharaj, Jashoda. So the servitors will feel that happiness according to the mood of their Ashraya, under whom they are serving Krishna. So for us it is Radharani and Sakis and Manjaris. When there is a stimulus between the Ashraya and Vishaya, their mutual desire, that is devotee and devoted, that is devotee and Krishna, their mutual desire to meet with each other appears. The happiness we aspire for comes from performing service in the guidance of the Sakis and Manjaris, who are instrumental in bringing about their meeting, means meeting of Radha and Krishna, thus causing rasa to arise in them, that is in Radha Krishna. So this is the end of, it took a little more time, but it is very important to know what Prabhupada was doing himself and what he came to give and how he gave it. And there are examples of those who got it from him, like Srila Siddhanti Goswami Maharaj, our Parang Gurudev also, Srila Sridhar Maharaj. They all explain these points from their own realization. But those who don't understand Prabhupada's way, because seeing only externally, not through surrender and realizing what he came to give, they will have such misconception. Oh, there is no Raganuga in Gauriya Mat, that is only Vaidi, that is useless, so that is not correct. They are foolish persons, because how you can understand Krishna or his associates, we cannot understand by external observation. It is only through submission that will be revealed to us. So those who have submitted to Prabhupada, and even those who have submitted to the disciples of Prabhupada, like our Gurudev, they also got this. And they told us about this. So there is no misconception and no lacking or no deprivation like this. So we have to be careful not to be misled by some mistaken conceptions by those who don't know. So today is Disappearance Day of Srila Bhakti Srirup Siddhanti Goswami Maharaj, one of the prominent disciples of Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. I am, if I will get this fortune, I will this year on his appearance day, that is during Kartik, every year they invite our mat to come to that festival during Kartik. That is only few streets away from our mat. If I will get that fortune, then maybe I can visit his mat and pray for his grace. So today I am bowing down to his lotus feet and praying for his causeless mercy, for service of his lotus feet and the lotus feet of Prabhupada, all his associates, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna. Tomorrow we will further hear.